Welcome back to Digital Campfire Stories. This is episode 6, in which we are going to talk about unexpected road closures while camper vanning.
Exactly. So stick around. I'm Jen.
And I'm Yvonne.
We're from Road Trip Explorers, and this is our Digital Campfire Stories, where we share with you our camper vanning adventures, so either you can laugh or hopefully learn from them. So what happened with the road closure with road tripping?
We were on a State Route 1, also known as the Pacific Highway in California, one of the most dreamt about routes, and everything went smooth. We had a great time. We were actually on our second day driving from Pismo Beach to Monterey, and I would say a little bit after Morro Bay, Cambria, there were already some signs which I noticed, but I didn't really read.
Yeah, we ignored them,
Yeah,
right?
we ignored them. And while I was on Google Maps, I like to research a lot while we're on the road. I noticed there is this red sign with the white minus in it. I'm like, hold up. Hold up.
And we're like, Jen, I think the road is going to be closed ahead. Huh? What? Yeah, okay, I am usually the driver, and how can the driver not read the signs? Yeah, well, I didn't also. Yeah. And then we actually found one of these next signs, and then we read them, and we're like, oh, it actually says here, road closure ahead.
And this is nothing new, especially on that state route, right? Because it's unfortunately affected by mudslides every now and then, which is why this road is sometimes closed. Not such a big of a deal unless that we rode us too late. We really had to turn around and drive a good 30 minutes back, and then had this massive detour, obviously, to go all the way around to the 101 interstate, the highway, and head up north.
The thing is, we don't really like to take highways. When we're road tripping, we really like to take the either a coastal road or the most scenic route. Yeah. So Ivana was like, okay, we can do a detour. We'll just go around it, and then we will go around the road closure and then come back down. Yeah, little did we know what the detour entitled, right?
I totally underestimated that one. Staying on 101 would have meant that we basically go all the way up until Monterey, and we skipped this essential highway. It's essential stretch of the coastal road
with Big Sur.
With Big Sur in it, and all kinds of other highlights. So we didn't really want to miss that. So my little, navigation skills are okay. Let's leave the highway around Lockwood, around the Lake Nacimiento. Up until then, we passed by the vineyards in Paso Robles, which is also quite interesting to see. And
that actually felt a little bit like we were in Europe or something when we were crossing that part. Yeah.
And then we drove past the Lake Nacimiento. We drove through a military base. That was also very interesting. There were not very many souls around us.
At this point, we're just going up a mountain, right? We go up and up and up, and then
you forgot the little bridge.
Oh, there was a very tiny, yes.
We will show you a picture. It was this very tiny metal bridge that we crossed. And then we hit that mountain.
Where are we?
Yeah.
And we kept on going up and up. And then at some point it got super foggy, and then we couldn't see much, and then we had to start going down. And the going down,
it started raining.
And it started raining as well.
So Californians, you're probably laughing at this. Good, we want to entertain you. But we went from sunny and moderate weather to fog, rain, obviously colder weather, really tiny roads. It was a one-way road, one street, one car road. How do you call this?
It wasn't really a one-car road because there was space for two cars, one to go up and one to go down, but it was very small.
Super narrow and winding.
Yeah.
We're also going to show you a screenshot from Google Maps so you understand what we're talking about.
And the funny thing is, right, I'm from Guatemala, so we have this weird culture in Guatemala that when you're in a mountainous road, it's very windy and you can't see ahead. What we usually do is we honk to kind of let other people know, hey, there's a car coming. So I started kind of honking, and Yvonne started what are you doing? Why are you honking in the middle of the road? I'm like, well, I'm trying to announce myself that I'm coming and turning. Don't stop doing that. So I stopped, right? And now, to be honest, I was a little bit scared in some turns because some people just took that road, I'm alone in the car. In the whole road. And they would take these turns super tight, and sometimes we had to stop and pull aside.
Long story short, it was, instead of having the beautiful coastal road, we had this mountain hill experience, let's put it that way. And by the time we got to go down, it cleared up a little bit. It was still mist everywhere, and actually the only time we had a clear view again was time we met the coastal highway again, or close to the coastal highway. We're still on top of it. We were higher, and then headed down, and had again some sunshine and blue skies.
Yeah, to this point we had been driving for 3 hours.
The detour was 3 hours.
Yeah, it was more. That's what I meant. The detour was a little bit about 3 hours. So what had to be, I think that day we had planned to drive
4 or 5.
Yeah, 4, maximum 5. At this point we had 8. and it was a very, very long day. But yeah, so what is the lesson from this? Definitely you need to plan some buffer time, right? If you're planning to drive for a day from point A to B, just plan what happens if there's a road closure and we don't see the signs.
And also, don't have the entire day fully planned with driving. Plan half day of driving, a little bit of exploring. If something like this happens, you need to cut down on the exploring and fill it up with driving, or also maybe stop earlier and overnight elsewhere.
Exactly. Yeah, so that was our little road closure adventure.
We still made it to Monterey in daytime. It was still a great day. Just this one was a bit tired.
I was definitely a bit tired. So hey, have you ever been on a road trip and had something similar happen to you? Please let us know in the comments below. We would love to read more adventures from other fellow camper vanners.
Yeah, and be sure to subscribe if you like this setting. It's our storytelling setting to make it a bit fun. Campfire here. Yeah. Share stories, have a beer, and subscribe if you like these. Let us know, and join us for the next time. Until then,
keep on camper vanning. Woo!